Wigs and gowns, cuffs and collarettes. The legal fraternity was out in full regalia today to mark the opening of the legal year. It comes off the back of a year that involved Gibraltar closing the chapter on the COVID pandemic, something which Michael Jamas described as requiring the largest volume of legislation on any single issue in our history. And it comes with campaign season in full swing, ahead of general elections in which the legal profession will be, as the Attorney General puts it, generously represented.
Well, it was curious just to see how many lawyers are leaving and how many lawyers are joining. So the rollover continues. Also quite curious because 3 of the 4 ministers for justice we've ever had are departing with these elections. The fourth one, Mr. Neil Costa, left in the previous elections. So whoever wins the election will surely have a new Minister for Justice. So yes, it was just an observation. I mean, I know there are criticisms that there are too many lawyers in politics. Look, I don't have a particular view on that.
Mr. Jamas did have a view on the absence of a man who graced this event for decades. This was the first opening of a legal year in a very long time without Louis Triay KC in attendance.
We've lost an absolute legend of the Gibraltar Bar, and that is what Louis was. So for me personally, it's very strange not to have him sitting next to me, because he always sat as the most senior member of the bar. He would always sit in court next to me in the ceremony of today. What can I say about Louis that hasn't been said before? I mean, an amazing person. I knew him in particular through working with him on the Olympic front. He was such an enthusiast and so much energy devoted to progress the Olympic movement here in Gibraltar. So we did a lot of work together, going to courts in Switzerland together. That's my own personal memory of him. But more generally, I mean, an incredible man, an outstanding person. And as you heard from the 3 speeches today, that made special reference to him.
Both the Chief Justice and the Chairman of the Bar eulogised the late Mr. Triay during wide-ranging speeches. Anthony Dudley also sought to highlight the usefulness of this ceremony. The profession's greatest supporter, as he called himself, praised everyone involved in the function of Gibraltar's justice system. He thanked the government for a brand new audiovisual system, and he said a new stipendiary magistrate and coroner will be selected by early next year. Kenneth Navas outlined ongoing improvements in the Employment Tribunal and plans for further upgrades.
We've had the appointment of 2 part-time chairpersons, a lead chairperson, Ms. Gabrielle O'Hagan, and a part-time chairperson, Mr. Stephen Bossino, and they have managed to break the back of that caseload, and we're seeing a lot of those cases moving along. The other good positive development is that I am reliably informed by the Director of Employment, Ms. Debbie Garcia, that there will now be a permanent home established for the tribunal in the town area. Not 100% where it will be, but I'm told that it will be a modern and fit-for-purpose facility, which is what the tribunal, as I said in my speech, needs and deserves.
However, Mr. Navas also had one eye on potential concerns that may well arise in the upcoming year. While not specific to this field, the lawyers are also keeping a wary eye on the development of artificial intelligence.
Being able to draft complex and well-articulated arguments at the click of a button is something that it would have otherwise taken years and years of teaching and learning to achieve. I put it in those very simple terms. It's difficult to anticipate how exactly that will roll out in the profession, but it will certainly have, as I said in my speech, a seismic effect. AI isn't going to develop around us. We will need to adapt to it.